If you're someone who's looking to build muscle from the comfort of home while working a 9 to 5 job, I've come up with 5 cheat codes in order to help you get there. So let's jump right into the video. Hi there, my name is Derek and welcome to GamerBody. This video is all about how to build muscle from home. You will also be able to transfer this over to a gym if you are going to be using that, but I am focusing on home-based training, so that is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So with that being said, let's take a look at the 5 cheat codes you can use in order to build muscle. The first item on our list is that you need to be sleeping between 7 to 9 hours per night. And for me, this is the hardest one to complete. Personally, for me, this is the one that I fail the most. Using my Fitbit here, I usually average between 5 to 6 hours a night instead of that 7 to 9. While I'm still able to build muscle, it's a slower progress because I'm not fully getting in everything I need to recover from my training the day before. Not only that, but it can actually affect my ability to do the next workout better than the previous one because I may not have all the energy I need and might not be fully rested from that prior training session. So make sure that you're getting enough sleep to recover properly and to allow your body to have enough energy to do your next workout. This is especially true if you work out early in the morning like myself. I tend to wake up at around 5 a.m., especially on days where I'm working I actually work from 8 to 5. So on those days I am waking up super early in the morning, again around 5 a.m. to try and get in my hour or so workout Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or do my other small cardio sessions. That way I can get them out of the way because I know I'm not going to do them after my working day from working again from 8 to 5. So to round it out, make sure you're getting enough sleep in order to recover, have enough energy, and do better than the workout you did previously. For our next cheat code, we have focus on improving volume and time under tension. So in almost all the programming that I set up, I aim to have around a 40-second, I would say, set to keep enough time under tension for my muscles to be stimulated and tell them to grow after the workout is complete. Remember, you are not building muscle while you're working out. What you're trying to do is send a signal to your body that it needs to adapt and get stronger for the next time because this lifting session was enough that you need to get stronger in order to perform at what your body needs in your workouts. So while the pump you get feels great, it's not the end-all be-all of whether or not you are actually building muscle. What you need to be doing is providing enough stimulus by doing the workout long enough for your body to adapt. Yes, every once in a while doing a 1-rep max to see where you're at can also shock your body into sending a signal that it needs to get stronger, but the ultimate goal is to provide time under tension to help tear apart those muscles and also send that signal with muscular tension that you need to adapt and get stronger. And as long as you can keep the time under tension and that signal being sent for a long period of time, you're going to see growth with your muscles, and that is what we're aiming for in order to get bigger and stronger. Now, how fast you build the muscle, all will come down to, again, those things like proper sleep, nutrition, recovery, and your genetics will play a part on how fast you're going to build the muscle. So it may change depending on who's doing the lifting, but just know everyone can build a better body. You might not be able to get quite as far as someone else, but everyone can improve from where they are. Alright, moving on to our next cheat code, you need to make sure that you are in a slight calorie surplus in order to provide the nutrients and energy to recover from your training. When you're doing your workouts properly, you're going to have micro tears in your muscles that need to be recovered from. And again, also your body now has to learn to repair the muscles bigger and stronger. So that's why you need that stimulus from before to tell the body, hey, I need to get bigger. And the food that you eat and calories that you eat are going to allow your body to properly recover from those training sessions. I recommend no less than your maintenance calories for those days, while maybe even being at a slight calorie surplus. You don't need to go crazy here and try and eat tons and tons of food and get all bulky, because who knows, you may never come out of that bulk and stay fat forever, because it can be hard once you get to that spot. What you should be doing is maybe what we call a lean bulk and just having a few more calories than normal or just over your baseline calorie intake for the day in order to help your body get to where it needs to be. The calories you eat will assist in getting you to your end goal, so make sure that what you're eating has a lot of nutrients, minerals, vitamins, and the calories to help assist you getting to your end body shape. If you're eating junk food and a lot of empty calories, this might not help you actually get to where you want to go as fast as you would like. Yes, they are calories and they're energy that help with the process, but you may need to focus on having better food, or at least eating early in the day, good foods to help your body in assisting to getting stronger. Now, when it comes to my focus on eating, I like to put protein as the main focus. What I like to do is do 1 gram per pound of body weight in order to achieve my best results. And this is kind of the scientific, basis on what most people recommend today. In all the books I read, YouTube videos I've seen, podcasts, they all kind of recommend this as being your main target if you're someone doing resistance training. However, for me, at 185 pounds, that's 185 grams of protein, and honestly, that's not very easy to hit. If I did something like intermittent fasting, this would actually be very difficult for me to hit. I have protein powders I'm using now to try and get there. I've been tracking stuff lately because I noticed that I was way under in protein per day, only getting around 100 to 120 grams, when I should be focusing on more like 185, and maybe at the low end like 150. So I've done things like bought more protein bars. I'm eating a lot more things like eggs, steak, chicken. No, I'm not vegan, so I'm eating a lot of animal products. And still, even with that, eating 3 meals a day, it's still hard for me to get that much protein in. So again, if you're focusing on that, it's hard because protein is pretty satiating and hard to overconsume, and it's only 4 calories per gram of protein. So in the end, that's actually pretty hard for me to hit if I'm not focusing on protein at being my end goal. This is where I would recommend tracking, especially if you're someone just starting out, so you can see how much protein you're actually eating each and every day, especially if you're someone looking to build muscle and get stronger. At the low end, I recommend no less than really 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. And again, that's probably around 150 for me off the top of my head. So I really don't want to go below that. And if I'm aiming for the 1 gram per pound of body weight, 185 is still pretty hard to hit. Even today, as shooting this video, I've had protein in every single meal, at least 20 grams, and I'm still under it right now. I think I'm at about 130. So I'm going to have to keep eating and still get more protein in my diet while trying to keep my calorie count below my maintenance as I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight over time coming with the summer months. Alright, I just covered a lot on the nutritional piece, but again, make sure that you're at least hitting maintenance or a slight calorie surplus to assist your body in recovering faster so that when you get to your next training session, you can bring in that energy and do a better job than the time before, because that's ultimately, over a long period of time, going to get you the results that you were looking to achieve. Now moving on to cheat code number 2, and a topic I've kind of already covered in the other cheat codes as well, is that you need to focus on progressive overload to build muscle over time. So with each of your training sessions, you should be looking to do a little bit more than the time before to tell your body to adapt and get stronger with those exercises. Whether that be increasing something like reps, time under tension, weight, whatever it might be, you need to again focus on some kind of progression over time to have your body get the stimulus it needs to grow stronger, and then using things like your nutrition and sleep to build the muscles after the workout session. Like me, you may need some assistance in supplements like protein powders. Now, I don't take a lot of supplements myself, so just focus on, again, using them to help you recover, and so that you can use progression as a tool in order to get bigger and stronger. People aren't getting bigger by just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. You need to find a way to maybe make it exercise harder, and again, the easiest way is probably to just add on more resistance to progress over time and keep sending that stimulus to your body that, hey, I need to adapt and get stronger in order to continue to do this. Your body isn't aiming to keep on a lot of muscle. It actually wants to burn it all away because it doesn't want to have to burn all those calories to keep it unless it absolutely needs it. So that's why you need to be continue sending that muscle and that anabolic stimulus to continue to get bigger and stronger. And there's tons and tons and tons of ways to do this. So if you think that you are stuck, maybe you change up an exercise, or again, you just progress a certain exercise in a way, maybe make it somehow harder or increase that resistance. There again are tons and tons of ways to use progression at your advantage, but you need to figure out some way in order to do that and move forward with your training to again, see the results over time. And with that said, we're going to go to our number 1, which of course will be consistency with the other points that I went over, the other cheat codes, is what's going to give you the results you were looking for years down the line. Now, I've been training for a little over 8 years, almost 9 years now, and if I hadn't been consistent over that time, I really would have probably gotten nowhere with my training. And I see this all the time from people just starting out who think they're motivated enough to do it, and then after a few months, after not seeing that great of results, they give up and never go back. And this is really disheartening because if they were just able to do even a little bit each day, it doesn't even have to be a lot, maybe just like focusing on one thing each day, they could see probably a great change in their physique over time. It's very hard to do everything habitually for that amount of time. Now for me, I was pretty driven early on, and luckily that stayed with me for years and years, and I ended up falling in love with fitness. I actually, when I first was in college and when I started, I said I'd never go and lift ever, and then after like a week of doing some sessions with some friends, I ended up going pretty much every single day and fell in love with it. Even got a certification to become a trainer. Haven't actually worked in a gym itself, but I wanted to learn all I can about it. I watch YouTube videos all the time regarding this stuff so that I can continue to get stronger each and every day and show that I'm consistent throughout years and years and years to get the best body I can in my life, because I only get one to live in, so why not make it the best body I can? Now in recent years, it's been how do I not kill myself anymore in the gym to avoid injuries, which is something I ran into early on. So I've still been consistent even with small little nicks here and there, especially in my shoulders where I had some issues there. I was an athlete in the past, so that might have helped me staying consistent and having that drive to continue doing it for a long period of time. I don't see myself giving up really ever. I hope I just do this for the rest of my days, basically. Of course, I'll probably have to reduce weight and stuff like that over time. But right now, I think I'm at one of my like almost peak physical condition, and that's awesome. So I'm going to keep it up, see how far I can go. I'm not going to try and get huge. I want to have more of like a sleek, athletic type of build, as that's what I like, and I like to stay that kind of way. But just know, consistency is what got me here and is what's going to keep me going in the future. And it's something you need to figure out how to do, whether that be a certain workout type, the training that you like to do, your end goals, whatever it might be. Have that be part of your identity, and then make sure that you are going over time to build consistency you need for the long-term success. It's unfortunate how long it takes to actually see results. If you want my numbers, I was able to, after the first year, put on about 15 pounds of muscle as a newbie. And this was me going to the gym religiously, probably like 6 days a week, spending about 2 hours a day in the gym, and then eating everything I could. I was back in college here, so I was eating garbage and junk all the time. It didn't really affect me all that much. It does a bit more now, so I can't like do that same thing now. But I was throwing around a lot of weight. I was there all the time, and I was recovering quite well while doing it then. And I was also an athlete, and I was also playing games at the same time. So really, my life was like sports, college, video games, and then lifting was pretty much all I was ever focusing on doing. So just know that I started out in a place of being super, super unhealthy with my eating, but I've moved to more healthy eating over time. But training never ever went away. That stayed there as soon as I started and went for the next 8, almost 9 years now. And that's why I was able to achieve the results I have. I did start in the gym, just so you know, for the first 3 or so years. I was in a gym, moved to home workouts, and been doing it ever since for at least the last 5, almost 6 years now. So that's a little bit about me and how consistency got me the results here, which is my #1 cheat code that you need to do in order to actually see results over time. I would expect that nobody's going to see great results without doing at least a year of training. You might be able to shed body fat and things like that and actually kind of lean out. But if you really want to see muscle building results and things like that, you're going to need probably at least minimum 6 months to a year to really put on the first like 10 to 15 pounds. And then again, every year after that, it's going to get less and less. So again, for me, after 2 years, I'd only put on 20 pounds of muscle. So it kind of dropped off a lot. And now I'm putting just minimal amounts per year. But I really want a lot of changes, but just know it does go down over time as you're consistent. And that's why progressive overload is needed to continue to provide a stimulus to your muscles to grow stronger. And that got pretty long-winded. So that is it for this video on my 5 cheat codes in order to build muscle from the comfort of home. You will notice all of these can be transferred over to the gym life because it's all the same stuff. I'm doing nothing different than if you just went to a gym. All of that applies to your home training. Don't fall into these traps of other YouTube and other influencers trying to show you these gimmicky exercises and routines that last 5 to 10 minutes because they're not really doing anything for you. You might burn a few extra calories, but they're all garbage in the end, in my opinion. So I hope you did like this video. If you did, please go ahead and like and subscribe to GamerBody for more videos just like this one. Also, make sure you head over to gamerbody.com. There you can check out the current training program I am running each and every week, the equipment I currently own and use in those workout sessions, as well as resources I reference and use in order to continue building muscle and confidence from the comfort of home. And that's it for this video. So again, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Be fit and game on.